my session at this time. So I will start by sharing a PowerPoint where I have some of the questions before I start the article. So if you are watching this session later on, you can answer those questions in the comment section, right? You can write down the comments. अब मैं आपको थोड़ा सा हिंदी में भी बता दूं कि अगर आपको ये मेरी क्लास ज्वाइन करनी हो, जो एवरी सैटरडे इंडियन जो स्टैंडर्ड टाइम है शाम का 8:30, जिसको आप रात का टाइम भी कह देते हो, तो उस टाइम पे आप ये क्लास ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं, जिसमें कि हम लाइव ऐसे ही लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग करते हैं और इसमें हर सैटरडे को मैं कोई एक नया टॉपिक लेके आती हूँ जिस पे हम डिस्कशन करते हैं. सो टॉपिक पे बहुत सारी इंफॉर्मेशन ऑलरेडी होती है जो कि हम स्टूडेंट्स they take turns to read the information, then we clarify if they have any questions. सारी जो इंफॉर्मेशन है उसको रीफ्रेजिंग होती है, उसके बारे में बात होती है. स्टूडेंट्स मेक देयर ओन कनेक्शंस विद द न्यू इंफॉर्मेशन. जो भी वो नई इंफॉर्मेशन है उसके साथ अगर उनकी अपनी कोई बैकग्राउंड नॉलेज है तो वो सारी शेयर करते हैं, जो कि बहुत ही एक बेस्ट जो कह लो मेथड है लैंग्वेज की प्रैक्टिस करने का. हो सकता है आप में से बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स के माइंड में ये क्वेश्चन हो कि ये किस तरह से स्पीकिंग की प्रैक्टिस है, बिकॉज अगर आप किसी बाहरले कंट्री में रह के, जैसे कि आप इंडिया में हो या पाकिस्तान में हो या और किसी भी कंट्री में हो, तो अगर आप इंग्लिश सीखते हो तो यू लर्न इंग्लिश एज अ सब्जेक्ट, जबकि इंग्लिश जो है वो एक सब्जेक्ट नहीं है. इंग्लिश एक लैंग्वेज है, इसीलिए जो लैंग्वेज है उसकी कोई भी लिमिट नहीं है, क्योंकि जो भी इंफॉर्मेशन आपको गेन करते हो उसमें जितने भी वर्ड्स यूज होते हैं वो अगर आप बहुत सारे वर्ड्स इंग्लिश में सीखते हो और उनकी बहुत बार उन सेम वर्ड्स को आप बहुत सारी डिफरेंट सिचुएशंस में देखते हो, सेंटेंस स्ट्रक्चर्स को देखते हो और अगर आप अपनी अटेंशन पे करते हो, उसके ऊपर प्रैक्टिस करते हो और एक बड़े सिस्टमैटिकली जो मेथड है और जो फ्रेम्स हैं जो लैंग्वेज के, अगर आप उस तरीके से प्रैक्टिस करके अपनी लैंग्वेज को इम्प्रूव करते हो तो आप खुद भी रियलाइज नहीं करोगे, आपको खुद को भी पता नहीं चलेगा कि आपने कब बोलना शुरू कर दिया इंग्लिश में और अपनी जो स्किल्स हैं उनकी एडवांसमेंट तो अपने आप होगी. So whatever I'm telling you, I'm not telling you that someone told me या मैंने कहीं से सुना है. No, I am. पहली बात तो ये है कि I learned English as a second language और मेरा अपना एक्सपीरियंस है. दूसरी चीज ये है कि I am in the education profession from last more than 35 years, right? और जैसा कि बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स को पता है कि अमेरिका में मैं more than 20 years से मैं इसमें एजुकेशन में हूँ, तो बहुत सारा एक्सपोजर, नॉलेज और एक्सपीरियंस सब है जिसके बेस पे मैं आपको जो भी लेसन लेके आती हूँ कि दिस इज द बेस्ट वे टू इम्प्रूव योर लैंग्वेज स्किल्स. सो चलो, आई एम गोइंग टू शेयर द पावर पॉइंट. तो उसके ऊपर अगर कोई ज्वाइन करेगा क्लास तो वेलकम. If you are not able to join the class or if you are scared, I will always encourage you, please don't be scared. डरा मत करो, क्योंकि पहली जो मेरी है कि अगर आप मेरी क्लास में आते हो, I don't mind if you want to be hidden behind the camera, right? कैमरा के आप पीछे रहना चाहते हो, आप अपने आप को फेस नहीं दिखाना चाहते, I am completely fine. मुझे कोई उसमें प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, तो आप उस तरह से मेरी क्लास ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं. एंड दैट्स द बेस्ट वे टू प्रैक्टिस. अगर आप हेजिटेंट हो कि आपको डर लगता है या इफ यू आर नॉट कंफर्टेबल टू मेक मिस्टेक्स, तो मेरे हिसाब से इससे बेस्ट तरीका क्या हो सकता है जहाँ पे आपको कोई देख भी नहीं रहा, क्योंकि वो आपकी चॉइस है, आपने विजिबल होना है या इनविजिबल ही रहना है, राइट? तो आप प्रैक्टिस कर सकते हैं. बाकी देखो कहने से ही सिर्फ लैंग्वेज तो नहीं आएगी ना, प्रैक्टिस तो हम करेंगे तभी लैंग्वेज आएगी. सो आई ऑलवेज इनकरेज यू कि ज्वाइन करिए सेशन. ये आपके लिए एक गोल्डन अपॉर्चुनिटी है कि आपको मौका मिल रहा है प्रैक्टिस करने का. तो आइए मेरे साथ आप प्रैक्टिस कर सकते हैं. ठीक है. सो लेट्स स्टार्ट. आई एम गोइंग टू शेयर द पावर पॉइंट एंड देन वी विल टॉक अबाउट इट. So, as you can see, the baby's picture, because जो नाम है वो ज़्यादातर अगर देखो तो बचपन में ही हमें मिलता है जब हम पैदा होते हैं, राइट? तो बर्थ के टाइम पे. So let's talk about that. So what's in your name? That's today's topic. And the first activity we will be doing, true or false. That is from our article. So I have one student at this time, and I will ask, hey, Darshakat? How are you, Darshakat? Hello? Can you unmute yourself?
Yeah, hello, ma'am. How are you, ma'am?
I am good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm also good. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, so let's see. I think some of the students, they forgot we have a class, because this class is every Saturday at this time. Set time is 8:30. So today we will talk about the names. So can you answer this question if you are able to? Does your name have a special meaning?
Yeah, my name is Shaukat.
And what's your first name? Dar, Dar or Dar? How you pronounce this name? Hello? Hello? I don't know. The voice is not working. Okay, so if your name has any meaning, and if you are watching at this time, you can tell me if your name has any special meaning. And if there is a meaning, then what does it mean? Okay, so the next question is, do you have the same name as anyone else in your family? So कई बार होता है कि फैमिली में किसी का नाम है तो वो आपका नाम भी होता है. जैसे I know in my family, I know there are like 3 or 4 people share my name in my family. Family means not just the your blood related, but maybe your distance family, you know, your relatives maybe हो सकता है कोई. So do you have the same name as anyone else in your family? So you can answer this question if you want to in the comment section later on. Okay, so does your name so that was the question. And now the next is, what are some common boys names and girls names in your country or in your community or in your culture, right? So कई बार होता है कि बड़े कॉमन जो नेम्स हैं, राइट? सो अगर आप आपकी कंट्री में प्रीटी मच एक ही तरह का कल्चर है तो यू माइट बी शेयरिंग द सेम काइंड ऑफ नेम्स. But like I know about India, especially for example, in India there are so many different religions, right, or cultures, and people have a different common names. अब जैसे Sikhism में बहुत सारे different common names हैं, Hinduism में common names हैं, क्रिश्चियंस में अपने कॉमन नेम्स हैं, मुस्लिम्स में हैं, और भी बहुत सारे हो सकते हैं जिन जो कि अब जैसे साउथ में चले जाओ, रीजन वाइज भी चले, people have different names. So south mein ya I don't know, there are so many areas where people have names, and those names are very common in their state, maybe in their culture, like that. Okay, so if you know any common names in your culture, in your community, or in your religion, right? So you can write down those names. So I have welcome Raman and Suman. So I was asking these questions. My first question is, does your name have special meaning? If your name has special meaning, then what does it mean? Or do you have the same name as anyone else in your family? कोई आपकी फैमिली में है जिसका सेम नाम हो आप जैसा? फैमिली डजंट मीन कि आपका ब्रदर और सिस्टर, बट कोई रिलेटिव्स में. Is there anyone?
Yes, ma'am. My name is Raman Deep Kaur, and my relatives, my brother-in-law, and his name is Raman Deep Singh.
Singh, right. And in
Yes.
Sikhs are actually very common name. Manjeet Kaur, Manjeet Singh, Daljit Kaur, Daljit Singh, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
very
ma'am.
Gurpreet Singh, Gurpreet Kaur. Yes, very common
Yes.
name. Yes.
And in my culture, because I belong to Sikh religion, Kaur is significant, the sign of Kaur and
Right.
Singh.
Right, right. Yes. So this question is, what are some common boys' names or girls' names in your country? So Dar Shaukat, you were going to tell me the meaning of your name and somehow you got disconnected. क्या है आपका meaning name का?
Actually, it was a technical issue. That's why it was disconnected. My name is Shaukat. Its name is Dignity.
Oh, okay. Wow. Shaukat, dignity. Wow.
Yeah.
And what is the first one? DAR.
DR, it's a cost.
Oh, okay. So you use your like a caste first and then your name.
Yeah. It's my last name. Cost, it's my last name. And I kept it first name.
Oh, okay. So, so are you from India?
Yeah, I'm from Kashmir. I'm from India country.
Oh, Kashmir. Okay. Okay. Wow, nice. Okay, so a nickname is a name your family or family calls you, right? So do you have a nickname? Anyone has a nickname?
Yeah, I have a nickname, ma'am.
What's your nickname?
My nickname is Jahangir. My family calls me Jahangir.
Oh, okay. So I don't think so Raman and Suman has any nickname because your names are already short. Or you have any?
Yes,
Raman?
ma'am. I have nickname is Rimi, RIMMY.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
ma'am.
Suman, you have any nickname?
Ma'am, I don't have any nickname, but my friends call me Honey.
Oh, okay. That's nice. Okay, so these are some of the vocabulary words we will see in our article. So, custom, choose, honest, intelligent, popular. So, truth, not likely to lie or steal. Who can tell me this meaning? Truth, not likely to lie or steal. What does that mean?
Honest, ma'am.
Honest, excellent. Yes. So honest is someone who don't lie, right? Is a person who don't steal or don't lie or trustworthy, right? Or always tell the truth, right? Okay. To decide which thing you want.
Ma'am, choose.
Raman, let other people say, please. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Uh-huh. So, yes, choose. Okay. Smart, able to learn and understand things easily. Suman.
Yes,
Someone who is smart or able to understand or learn the things very easily.
ma'am, smart.
Smart. Yeah, what word? You can choose a word from the box. There are 5 words. Which one is that? Smart.
I think, ma'am, it's intelligent.
Intelligent. Yes. Intelligent person is smart, right? and the person understands easily or learn the stuff easily, learn the thing easily, pick up the things easily, right? Okay, so liked by many people, Suman. Someone who is liked by many people. People like someone. That person is Pevanthan. What do you think? A person liked by many people. You're going to choose the word from
It's
the box.
popular. It's popular, ma'am.
Popular. Someone who is popular.
Everyone
liked
likes.
by- and you know, there are many sports people or actors or politicians, right? Popular people. They are popular. And some of the YouTubers are popular, right? So many people know.
Ma'am, criminals.
Hmm?
Ma'am, criminals are very popular.
Who?
Criminals.
Oh, criminals. Okay,
Yes,
they are
ma'am.
no. Okay, they are popular negatively. No, no. I will say popular. Popular with some achievements, right? That's what the parents. Yeah, I know. I understand what you mean. But when parents wants to give you name, they might want to give you name that if you become popular for good reasons, right? Not for criminals. Yeah, that you're right. Absolutely, yes. Popular can be in a good way or in a bad manner, right? Okay. So ways of behaving that have been done for a long time. What is that word? We just have one left. Customs, right? So customs are the ways people follow their customs, right? Think about in your culture, like there are so many things people just follow. They just do the things. Why? Because their parents were doing, and they why parents pay because their parents were doing. So it's like they inherited, right? It's just go in generations, like people just get it from the family, the customs. Okay, customs for naming. Customs, the tradition, again, right, or a culture for naming children are different around the world, or you think it's the same around the world?
Different.
It's different, ma'am. Different.
So
It's true.
this information is true or false?
Ma'am, it's true because
It's true.
customs of for naming children are different around the world.
Absolutely. So this information is true. Okay. I know you're not appearing for IELTS, but that's the good way to just scratch your brain for information. Some parents name a child after their own father or mother. True or false? And please think about it. We are not talking about only your culture. We are talking about worldwide. What do you think? Some parents name a child after their own father or mother's name.
Ma'am, it's true
It's true.
because
Yes.
in some cultures, parents name a child after their own father or mother.
Right. Okay. Naming a baby is not usually an important event. True or false?
Ma'am, false. It's false.
What other things? Suman,
Because
Pavan, Shakat, what do you think?
Yes, that's why it is false only nowadays.
It's false. Yeah, so
They
you
are
think,
conducting the event for many.
right, okay, so you think it's important event, okay. Some people believe a baby's name has a special power over his or her future. True or false?
True.
True. Why do you
ma'am,
think it's true?
Yeah, nowadays they are looking astrology for naming the child.
Okay. So when your parents gave you this name, Pavanthan, that's what they thought, that this name, what's the meaning of your name, Pavanthan?
No, my name is Tamil poet name.
So you know
It's a
the
poet.
meaning? Huh?
Yeah, it's a Tamil poet name.
Oh, okay. So some people believe a baby's special name has special power over his or her future. So this information is true. Okay. So now nicknames are popular in many cultures. True or false?
True, ma'am.
True. Okay. So in some cultures, parents gave a child two names. What do you think?
Yeah, true, ma'am.
True. Okay.
True.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. If you have a nickname and you have full name, that means you have two names, right? Or maybe in other ways, some people use the, and we're gonna read more about this. Many people have parties to celebrate naming their child. True or false?
Ma'am, yes, true. Because in some religion, they I can say नामकरण जो करवाते हैं ना.
Right. So you see, all these questions were pretty much like true, the information, right? Okay, so let's start with the Shaukat today. Shaukat, let's read the first paragraph.
Okay, I have to read it.
Mhm.
Yeah, how do parents in your religion, culture, or country choose names for their children? The customs for naming children are different in many religions, cultures, or countries. Many people believe a baby's name has special power over her or his future. Here are just a few of the customs around the world. In Hinduism, Namkaran ceremony is very important. Namkaran is a formal ceremony held in the presence of family, relatives, and friends. Namkaran is a Sanskrit word that means the creation of the name.
Right. So parents pretty much in many cultures and in many countries, right? They give their children the special names, right? So many people believe the name has what? A special power, right? So name has a power. So as we were talking earlier, Hinduism, the Namkaran ceremony is very important. And I don't know how common it is in these days, but maybe in some families it's very like common to do the Namkaran ceremony where they do the like a special function. And Namkaran is a Sanskrit word. So what that means? Creation of the name, right? So is there any question on about this Namkaran? That is a Sanskrit word and that means creation of the name. So what people believe? What people believe? That name has what? Who wants to say? What did you learn from this screen, the previous screen? Anyone wants to say in your words? अपने जो भी आपको याद है उसके बारे में कोई बोलेगा? Previous screen पे क्या पढ़ा आपने? You don't need to tell me word to word जो पढ़ा आपने, but what was about? It was about a Namkaran ceremony, right? And in Hinduism, they do this ceremony, many families, it's common that they do the Namkaran ceremony where they invite their families and friends, right? And they do some kind of a celebration where they decide the name for the children. Okay, so let's see. Who read the first one? Pavanthan, read this one.
Yes, ma'am. Most of the caste and communities under the Hinduism perform the Namkaran ceremony, but the rituals may differ in the different region. Many Hindu family use the Vedic astrology for name selections?
So most of the castes and communities under Hinduism, right? They perform the Namkaran ceremony. So that's what they say. The rituals may differ in different regions. So do you know what regions mean?
Some part of place.
Right. Like, for example, if it's in a northern India or in Punjab or Haryana, or in you go to south, maybe they all are Hindus, but maybe their rituals are different for Namkaran ceremonies, right? That's what it is. And many Hindu families, they use what? Vedic astrology for name selections. Is there anyone who has the name with astrology, जिसमें जैसे कहते हैं astrology में कोई नाम आए, इस अक्षर पे नाम रखो, ये वो? Anyone? Suman, Vivanthan? कि
No,
नहीं?
ma'am.
No, okay. So let's read the next one, Vivanthan. Finish this screen.
The initial letter in the name is considered very auspicious and it is decided according to the Janam Nakshatra or birth star of the child. Astrologers also look at the position of the various planets and zodiac signs and their placement in the child horoscope. The astrologer make a horoscope with the time, date, and the place of the child's birth. Some people like to give the name to the child after the Hindu god or goddesses. For example, Ram, Krishna, Lakshmi, Parvati, etc. Some people also choose the names after this deceased ancestor for the newborn baby.
Right. So how they do this through Vedic astrology, they consider the initial letter जो उसमें आता है उनका जन्म नक्षत्र के हिसाब से, right? So और उसको बड़ा favorable, auspicious, this word very auspicious means very favorable, right? And it's they decided this according to their janam nakshatra or the birth star of the child. So this is some information about how they look at the horoscope, and in the horoscope they find the word according to their birth stars, and then they pick up the name. जैसे अब कहो कि न अक्षर निकले या क निकले, right? Birth के हिसाब से, तो then they will decide the name according to that. So the first letter will be with the ka for maybe, and many people actually give the name with their Hindu gods and goddesses. And I know you are living in India, and these names are very, I don't know now, Ram, but when I was a little girl, this name was very common. Ram was, or Lakshmi, or Parvati. These names were very common. So Krishna is still very common, right? So, but
Yes,
some
ma'am.
people also choose the name of their deceased ancestors. इसका क्या मतलब है? Deceased ancestors. You can tell me.
मैम इसके जो पूर्वज होते हैं जो
हाँ. Deceased means कौन? Deceased means जो छोड़ के चले गए, right?
हाँ जी मैम,
छोड़ के जो चले गए, इस दुनिया से चले गए, डिसीज्ड. ancestors जो आपके पूर्वज, ancestors पूर्वज, deceased जो छोड़ के चले गए. Auspicious is a very favorable, right? Okay, so they choose the names after them, right? अगर उनके किसी परदादा का नाम great, okay, दादा हुआ grandfather, परदादा great grandfather, परदादा is great great grandfather. So you see, जैसे जैसे आप पढ़ लगाते जाओगे, हिंदी में तो मुझे पता है, ये पंजाबी में भी सेम ही है, तो ग्रेट ग्रेट लगता जाता है उसके साथ, राइट? ग्रैंडफादर, ग्रेट ग्रैंडफादर, ग्रेट ग्रेट ग्रैंडफादर. So that's the way we use the names for our ancestors, so relatives हैं हमारे. Okay, any question about the screen? Hello everyone, are we good to move on?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
yes,
So you can see these are, I just picked up the little kids. It's beautiful. Okay, now Raman, let's read this one.
Yes, ma'am. In the Sikh community, religion plays a significant role in selecting a baby's name. Sikh names are usually picked out from the Sikhs' Holy Guru Granth Sahib Ji, Shri Guru Granth Sahib Ji. A family often select a name for a child by opening the Shri Guru Granth Sahib Ji. The first letter of the baby's name is decided by the first letter recited in Hukamnama. Some of the common Sikh names for boys and girls are Manjot, Harjot, Simran, Gurleen, Gurpratap, Manpreet, Gurpreet, etc.
Right. So see here, same thing. Now we talked about Hinduism. They look through astrology. They look through the birth star, right? And but in Sikhism, that's the way the Namkaran is. I can talk about myself also. That's the same way they chose my name. My parents, my mom was telling me, oh, there was a D, the letter the जो होता है. So D. So in English, it's a D. So that's why they just gave me the name, which I never liked my name. But my mom was like, okay, that was the first letter in the Hukamnama. Okay. So that's what they do in Sikhism. They just open the holy book and then they read. That's called Hukamnama. And the first letter is, that's your name. You're going to decide it. Okay, this is the letter and these. So these are the common names. Okay, so for example, I just had some pictures, cute pictures of babies. Now, who is next? Suman. Now let's talk about other countries. Suman, read.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
In some Middle Eastern countries, parents choose a name that they hope will affect their child's future. For example, if parents want their daughter to have good luck, they might choose the name
Saida.
Saida, which means lucky. In
Saida.
Arabic, if they want the child to be smart, they might name her Nabiha, which name means intelligent, brilliant, or noble. The boy's name can be Abdul Alim. Abdul Alim means servant of all knowing, Zahir, meaning a blooming flower.
Right. Okay. So in some Middle Eastern countries, these names are like how the parents choose their children's names. Again, same thing. So think about it. Parents try to choose the names that the name has a meaning, and they always want to have a name with a good meaning. So same thing in Middle Eastern countries, they choose the name and they hope it will affect their child's future. So the daughter Saida, the meaning is that someone who is lucky, or which, right, lucky in Arabic language. So if someone is smart, Nabiha. Nabiha means smart, intelligent, brilliant, noble. Or, okay, this name, the boy name can be Abdul Alam, the ABD and separate AL, Abdul, and then there are so many names with the last name. Like for example, here Alam, there are so many names. I didn't like write down all the names, but the first part, Abdul, is very common in Middle Eastern countries.
Yeah, there is also common name is Muhammad Ahmed.
Oh, you will not believe, Shaukat. Muhammad's one year in my class here in America, I had 4 Muhammads in my class, and I used to call Muhammad's class. Yeah. So it's and Muhammad with the different spellings also sometimes. Some people write down MOHAMMAD, H-A-M-M-E-D. Some people write on M-U. So yeah, there are some, but yeah, very common name. Muhammad is very common name. Yes. So same thing is Abdul Alam is also common, but the last name is different sometimes. And Abdul means servant of all, servant of. Abdul is means servant of, and then most of the names are related with the with supreme power, right? Okay. So Jahir is a name that means blooming flower. But if you read in Hindi, you might gonna say Jahir, right? But this name is Jahir. Okay, so why I know these? Because I have many students from Arabic countries.
Ma'am, I want to say something.
Yes.
Ma'am, Zahir meaning a blooming flower.
In
My
Arabic
name is Suman, and which meaning is a flower,
Oh,
and we can say flower in Sanskrit Suman,
Suman.
because
Oh,
man in Sanskrit we can say flower Suman.
right. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's something new for me too. I didn't know that Suman is a flower. I didn't know. Yes. So, but now we know that even in Arabic language, Zahir is also flower, right? And Suman in Sanskrit is flower. So you see, there are so many names, meanings are same, but because the language is different, right? So the names are different. So same thing, Zahir and Suman, meaning is same. Excellent. Okay, so these are beautiful children from Arabic countries. Now let's talk about China or all other countries. Okay, Paventhan, you're done now.
Yes, ma'am, I done. Can I read it again?
Oh no, sorry, Shaukat, your turn.
Yeah, a girl's name might mean pretty or kind in China, and a baby's name may have meant strong and honest. In China, parents choose a harmonious name and bring good luck and the prosperity to their children. Most of the Chinese.
Just wait, Shaukat. Right. So now here, if you look, this one in China, they also have the same thing, right? They pick up the name that may have a very like meaningful names, right? So what is a pretty or a kind, or so pretty much the girls' names are based on someone who is very kind, like a feminine natures, right? Or beautiful, pretty means beautiful. And the boys' names are more with the bravery, courageous, honest, strong. So those powers are mostly like a manly power, right? Did you notice that, the difference between their names? कि जो फेमिनिन नेम्स हैं वो ज्यादातर उनकी ब्यूटी के ऊपर और उसकी नेचर के ऊपर है, कि कोई काइंड है, केयरिंग है, पेशेंस है उसमें. दोज काइंड ऑफ नेम्स आर फॉर गर्ल्स. एंड जो ज्यादातर जो फाइटिंग वाले, ब्रेवरी वाले, मीनिंग वाले नेम्स हैं, दोज आर फॉर द बॉयज इन चाइनीज कल्चर. ओके, so mostly same thing. The harmonious names. Harmony means good luck. You know, that's what they sing. So bring good luck and prosperity. So these are the very cool, positive words for having a prosperity, success, good luck in their life. Okay, Shaukat, read the next paragraph, please.
Most of the Chinese names are usually made up of 3 characters. The parent's family name is the first part of the name, and the remaining 2 characters are the given name according to the astrologer's suggestions based on the astrological charts. The astrological charts determine which of the 5 elements gold, wood, water, fire, and earth are associated with the time of the birth of a child. The common Chinese names for girls are Ai, meaning love, affection, friendly, Su, meaning simple and respectful. The boy's name might be Ching, meaning prosper, and the sunlight, Ying, meaning brave.
Right. So if you notice something that the Chinese, they use what? They usually, their names are made up of how many characters? 3 characters. So the parents' family name is the first part. So the first part will be the parents' family name. And then the remaining 2 characters are given name according to what? Astrologer suggestions. So did you notice the similarity in Hinduism and in Chinese names? They both follow what? Astrology's chart, yes. So the names are based on astrological charts. So this is the common thing in Chinese culture and in Hindu's culture. So the astrological charts, this word is determine. I know many students in India, they pronounce this word determine, but that's not the correct pronunciation. It's determine. Okay, everyone say this word determine.
Determine.
Yes, determine. So the astrological charts determine which of the 5 elements. So वो तय करते हैं, determine होता है किसी चीज को तय करना. So वो तय करते हैं कि 5 elements कौन कौन से हैं? Gold, wood, water, fire and earth are associated with the time of the birth of a child. So same thing pretty much like जो birth stars हैं उनके accordingly Hinduism में और इनके accordingly जो इनका chart है that is based on 5 elements, right? So the common Chinese names are I, that means love, affection, and Su. This name means simple, and Su is a very common name in Chinese culture. Because I know in America we have many Chinese, and Chang and Su and Ying. These are very common names in Chinese culture. So Su means simple and respectful, and the boy's name might be Chang. This is a Chang. Okay, Chang, that means prosper or sunlight. Okay, Chang is a sunlight also. And Ying, Ying meaning brave. So you see, the Chang, it's like more about popularity, prosperity, and bravery. Right? These are the difference in Chinese names. Okay, so the next one. Now it's Paventhan's turn.
Yes, ma'am. In some cultures, the parents use the name of the family member when they name a baby. For example, Irish people often name the first son after the father's father and the second son after the mother's father. The first girl is named after mother's mother. In many other cultures, people don't name the children after the family names. Korean people, for example, never name the baby after the family member.
Okay, so now we can see the, oh, sorry. Oh, where are we? Here. So in other cultures, where we are talking about, in some cultures, like parents use the name of a family member when they name a baby. So for example, in Irish culture, so Irish people, they use the name for the first son. अगर first son है तो उसका name क्या होगा? After the father's father. Here. So often name the first son after the father's father. That means what? Grandfather? Yes?
Yes, ma'am. Grandfather, father's father,
The
grandfather.
son. So if it's, for example, if there is a son in the family, first son, then his name will be the same as his grandfather's name, right? And the second son after the mother's father. So first son, father's father, because male domination, right? So males always first in worldwide, you know. Here I am not talking sarcastically, but I'm just saying to remember that. So that means कि father's first name and then the second son will be mother's father. So पहला जो है जैसे हिंदी में कह लो कि दादा का जो नाम है वो बच्चे का नाम होगा पहले लड़के का, और दूसरे लड़के का नाम किसके ऊपर होगा? नाना के ऊपर, राइट? मदर्स फादर नाना हो गया ना, तो उसका नाना के ऊपर होगा। अगर फर्स्ट गर्ल है देन मदर्स मदर, फिर वो मदर की ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंस आ जाएगी। फर्स्ट गर्ल का जो है वो मदर्स की मदर के ऊपर होगा, और आई थिंक द सेकेंड वन विल बी फ्रॉम फादर्स साइड। ओके, so in many cultures people don't name children after family members. So Korean people, they will never name a baby after a family member, right? So dekho ab how different this culture is. Irish people, they always name their children with their grandparents' names, but in Korea they do not want to use any names from their family members. So you see how different these two cultures are, right? So this one is an Irish kid and this one is a Korean kid. Oh, how come this moved here? Okay, who is the next one? Raman, read this one, please.
Yes, ma'am. In some part of Africa, such as Ghana, parents give a child two names. One name tells the day of the week the children was born. The other name tells the child's place in the family. For example, the name of Kofi Mensah means that the children was born on a Friday. Kofi and his is the third child Mensa in the family.
Okay, so in some part of Africa, okay, so in Africa, such as Ghana, Ghana is one of the country in Africa. So parents give how many names? Two names. So one name tells the day of the week when the child was born. The other name tells a child's place in the family. So days of the week and the place. So they here one example is coffee. That means what? What is so the day of the week? So coffee mensa. That means coffee means Friday, and mensa is the third child. So that's the way they name it. So that means these names are very common, right? Because how many days are in the week? 7 days, right? And I don't know how many children will be there, the first, second, third, or 9 or 10th, but they will have just these names. That means will be very common in Africa, in Ghana, only in Ghana culture, right? So in every country, it's very different. The culture is different. Then how people name their kids, it's very different. So let's see, let's talk about, without now looking at the article, just talk about it, whatever you remember from this article. Who wants to go first? Who wants to go first to talk about this? Okay, I have some people here. Let me read. Shubham, Abhijit. What's the name of Abhijit? The meaning of Abhijit? Ram. Is there anyone outside India? Okay, Hussain, Zaidi. Okay, so anyways, those who are watching, I think some people. So what do you think about, what did you learn from this article? Let's talk about it. Yes. Hello. Who wants to?
I learned that Aries culture is different because in some cultures they name their child to the astrological fact, but in Aries culture they naming their child their grandfather and their grandmother. So I think I learned about Aries culture because I
Right.
never heard about it, that Aries culture is had.
Like, yeah, they have the different ways to name their children, right?
So
Yes.
because Hindu
Hinduism.
Sikhism, in same fact, because they use astrological fact, and in Sikhism they use
Chinese
Guggan Sachi.
Hinduism, yes, the same way
Yes.
they use the astrological charts.
Yes.
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 Mm.
So, in Sikhism also you use their name to their goddess, god and goddess,
Mhm.
and they're like in Sikhism the name is very famous, the Lake or so, and in Hinduism like Lakshmi,
Yeah.
Parvati. So
Mhm.
I think some same fact about it. But in Aries culture, I have never learned about it. So now I learned that Aries culture are different.
Yeah. Even in, I know it's Shaukat is here. Shaukat, even in in Muslimism also, they name the Muhammads, for example, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's also based on religious way. So that's what it is. In many culture, people choose the name um, based on their gods or goddesses or जो भी आप जिसको भी मानते
On
हो.
the on religious base.
Right.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so Shaukat, what did you learn something new and you remember? I'm sure you know about your culture or about your, right? But here, this was, I had so much, but I was like, okay, that's enough for the day today. But in many countries, there are many traditions about Namkaran, and many people do so like a big ceremonies for the Namkaran. Yes. Okay. Yes, Shaukat.
Yeah, ma'am. I don't remember too much, but little bit I learned a lot of things from this class. It was my first day in this class. Firstly, I learned many names of cultures which I didn't heard before. And the second thing is that astrology. I heard about little bit astrology, but I was not aware about Chinese. They also follow astrology, and also Hinduism. They follow astrology. They are also same. I think so. We learn from this Zoom class. There, Hinduism and Chinese they are same, and also if we and I learned different names. They were from different cultures, like Muslim name, Arabic name, and Hinduism name, and Chinese name. They were from different, which I was not aware that. Like a little bit, I was aware like Ching. I heard somewhere that it was Chinese
Chang.
name.
Chang.
Cheng. Yeah,
Chang.
that I was little bit aware. And I also heard new name that Su and I. It's also Chinese name. Today I learned these things.
Yeah, Sue is very common name. Chang and Sue is very common name. Yes, that's what I know, because here in America we have many Changs and Sues. That's why I know many. Yes. Okay, so and then even I learned that Adel, the servant of in Arabic culture, because I know I have many students. Their name starts with like that.
Abdul.
And I actually learned that too, like, oh wow, okay, that's why. And yeah, so yes, and I am very familiar that the Muhammad is very common name, very common name. Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so let's see who is here. We have a Real Me C2. What's your name? Real Me C2. आपका क्या नाम है? Hello? Hello, Real Me?
Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, yes, we can hear you. So,
Yes, my name is Kamlesh Kumar Raj. I am from Bihar.
okay.
Do you know,
Kamlesh.
ma'am? Do you know, ma'am, Bihar?
Oh,
Bihar
yes.
state.
Yeah, I do. I know.
Yes.
Kamlesh का क्या?
Hello, ma'am.
हाँ, कमलेश का क्या मतलब है? कमलेश.
Kamlesh means, ma'am, come plus less. कमलेश मतलब अच्छा पर्सन, गुड पर्सन.
Oh, okay. Okay. Good person. Real me. Okay. So
Yeah.
real
Yeah.
person, honest person, trustworthy person, right? Okay.
Yes. I am trustworthy boy.
Okay. You are trustworthy. So are you in school or college or working?
Yes, ma'am. I am a student.
Oh, you're a student. Okay. Welcome, Kamlesh. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
So who is the next one person wants to talk about what did you learn today? Who is next?
I want to say something.
Yes, Suman.
When I learned this, many countries, how people, um, their name of the
Their name,
country.
decide their name or choose their names. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, when I see any sports and especially cricket match, when I see their name, when I laugh and wow, how is their name?
A
These,
different. Yes. Okay.
ma'am, their name were very funny.
Okay. For you, their
Yes,
names are
ma'am.
funny. And you know
Yes,
what?
ma'am.
Same thing is when because in America here, as you know, my students are from worldwide, like they come from every part of the world.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
here when they say some names and the other students sometimes like what, and it takes them
Yes,
to
yes, ma'am. But when I learned this lesson, then when I know about the meaning of their name, when I understood that why were their name this like. Yes,
right
ma'am.
why they choose their names like that. Yes. So
Yes,
now,
ma'am.
oh, like in Chinese culture, for example, they have like a three characters of the names, right?
Yes, ma'am.
First is always their like a family name, and then is the other name. And if you notice in Chinese culture, the names for the girls are all mostly about beauty and about their characters, where they are caring or nurturing, like all feminine qualities, right? And for boys, their names are mostly about bravery, strong, or courageous, right? So those are mostly male characters के जो characteristics होते हैं, that's what they want their kids to have.
I thought, ma'am, that this India is the only one country that this is religion of Namkaran. But I know first time about all countries that
You
this
learn
is
first time.
this is religion. Yes, ma'am.
You say
I
I did
I learned lot of knowledge about their names and meanings, especially.
right. So you can say so here when I say didn't, that means did not. But when you speak, you don't say I did not know that, right? Because when we speak in English, we use a lot of contractions. Okay, so you can say I didn't. Didn't means did not. I didn't know this. I didn't know this before. Okay. अच्छा, एक चीज और मैं आपको कहूं कि इंडिया में मैंने जो नोटिस किया है, जो स्टूडेंट्स बोलते हैं, मैंने कल वैसे भी मैं किसी को इंडिया से वैसे ही किसी को सुन रही थी, तो जैसे हम अगर आप ट्रांसलेट करते हो तो मुझे पहले नहीं पता था कि ऐसा होता है, तो आप जब पहले को ट्रांसलेट करते हो तो यू कहते हो बिफोर ना, क्या कहते हो? पहले को करो जरा ट्रांसलेट, पहले को क्या कहते हो? सो अब मुझे वो स्पेसिफिक वर्ड भूल गया, मैं लेके आऊंगी उस पे लेसन, मैं नोट कर रही थी कुछ चीजें, बट यू कैन से आई डिडंट नो.
Yes, ma'am. Previous.
Okay, so I didn't know this before, but now I learned, right? Now I learned, or today I learned that. Today I learned. What did you learn? So today I learned something new, right? New, N-E-W, new, not the K-N-E-W, new, right? So I learned something new. that in Chinese culture and in Hinduism, they both check what? What they do? They both decide their children's names from the astrological chart, or they both consult the astrological chart in order to decide the name of their children. So for example, here, now one more thing, the Chinese culture, China, I don't know the percentage, but Buddhism and Hinduism is very close, you know that? And in China, Buddhism is a very common religion. I know in China there are other isms also, like Christians are there too, Muslims are there too, but Buddhism is dominating in China. Okay, right? Okay, so Buddhism is dominating the religion in China. Okay, so Shaukat was saying that Shaukat, you need to watch my videos. I have my introduction everywhere. Okay, because I have more than 300 videos, and all videos are so much full of information where you can watch, you can practice, and you can enhance your skills. It's not only just to join this class and practice a little bit with me, but if you seriously want to enhance your skills, your speaking, reading, writing, listening, all, and your critical thinking, right, and inquiry based, then you need to watch and practice with my lessons. Okay, I live in America and I teach in America. I was born in India, but and grew up in India, but had my education from India and from America. I did PhD in education. So this is my brief introduction, but if you watch my videos, you will learn more about me and about the language also. So who didn't share their knowledge with me right now? Let's see. Pimenton, did you share already? What did you learn today?
Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Okay, go ahead.
I'd like to start here. Today, I have learned about the name, how they are named the children. Those things we learned today. In India, the people are used to their parents' name and the religious name, and they are giving the child name by a religious astrologer's suggestion. Uh, yeah, if you look at the other countries like China also using the astrologers for the using astrologers for their child's name, and we today we have learned about Irish people, how Irish people uh, named the children. Actually, they are using their father's name and the mother's name for child's name. uh, and also we knew that Korean people don't follow their parents' name or child's name. That is a strange one. I know it here, and also we are knowing that how people named the children in Ghana. It was a very different than other country. They are using their week of the day and the place of the family for the children's name. That is a
Right,
different thing than other country.
right. And did you notice one thing, that this is a big thing to naming some the children, and everyone wants to think about that their child will be, you know, have a good characters in life, so the name's gonna have effect on it. So one thing is very common in every culture, that everyone thinks that name is very significant because name has a meaning, and that's gonna make your character, right? Your character will be built on your name also. That's the kind of like a tradition pretty much in every culture, I will say.
Yeah.
But I think in only in Irish culture, what I noticed is they just respect so much for their forefathers,
Yes.
that they choose their names from their grandfather or the grandmother, right? Or the family names. But at the same time, it's so like a contrast, I will say. It's totally opposite. In Korean culture, they will never give a name to their child from their family's name, right? So I don't know what's their belief system is, but they don't want that. So it's so different in both cultures, right?
Yeah, ma'am. And nowadays in South India, most of the people are using their parents' name to the child name now.
Yeah,
I
now
actually
it's
remember.
yes,
Yeah, they are
it's
remembering their parents by using their child name. They are
right,
using their child. The child name is using the great grandfather name,
right,
grandfather name.
right. And one more thing is exception is in every field, in every culture, in every religion, and family to family also. Because I know now in my families, for example, I know in my I will say my nephews and they are giving their children names. They don't follow those like customs, I will say. For example, opening the Guru Granth Sahibs and looking for the first letter, and no, they just decide, okay, I'm just gonna decide this name. So they just pick up the name, whatever they like, right? So it's changing now. It's changing. So, but
Yes.
some people are still very particular about the names, to go through the horoscope or go through the religious books, and yeah, every family, I think it's now people are traditions are changing, the cultures are changing, because it's a technology world now, and we are living pretty much on the same street, right? If you can see, we are connected. I'm sitting in America, someone is sitting in Punjab, someone is sitting in Bihar or Kashmir, right? In different parts. So we are so much connected, and people's way of thinking is changing. People are more open now to accept other people's culture or ideas or so many other things. It's not only about names. So people are changing, and that change is good for, I will say, for the humanity wise. If people can become more open minded, become more acceptable, more respectful to other cultures and communities, and more empathetic, that's what we need in this world in these days. Yes. Okay, is there anyone who wants to talk about this topic or anything else for 5 minutes, and then we will leave? Yes. Anyone? So did you like today's class?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Because some different like true or false and uh, some keywords
Mhm,
जो आपने आज कुछ नया करवाया थोड़ा different हो गया मैम.
mhm. Yeah, it takes a lot of time to create the lesson for especially for this day, because it's based on a lot of discussion, and need to talk a lot about. So next time I will come with another topic. Okay, so in the weekdays I will try, but especially in these days I was little extra busy with my job, so I was not uploading a lot of videos on weekdays, but planning to do it soon. I don't know how soon, but um, that's my goal, I will say. But at the same time, if you didn't watch my previous lessons, it's always there. You are welcome to. But I always say, when you watch something, please take notes, practice, and then write comments about the lesson, because that's my feedback. And I always love to have feedback, because whatever I'm doing it for you guys. And if you are getting the benefit, if you like something, or if you have any other suggestion, or if you are looking for something which is not there, but after watching all those videos, if there is anything missing, because sometimes you ask me the things which are already there, right? And I feel like, oh, it's already recorded, there are so many lessons on this topic, So, okay, then I will see you next Saturday. Yes, everyone. Why don't you just mark your calendar, or you can have what you say, set the schedule on your phone, so you can join my class, because today there was only one student, and then you all came after that. So try to do it and be there on time. Right?
Yes, ma'am. We will.
Okay, then have a wonderful.
Ma'am, I want to say you especially thank you, ma'am, because ma'am, I learned many types of countries, people's name, and I got a chance about to know their names meaning, and I think I learned English and as well as general knowledge about different type of countries, people's name and their meanings especially.
Right. So
Yes,
you
ma'am.
you are saying that you are learning a lot of information, and you are also improving your English language skills and gaining a lot of knowledge in many other areas also, right? Yes, someone? Yes. Okay, that's my mission, to provide you a lot of information, because that's what the language learning is. Not learning some words in isolation, but learn within the context and gain the knowledge. So then you are knowledgeable enough to talk about on any topic, right? You name it. If anyone's going to talk to you about names, you can say, oh, I know about names. I know about how they name in China, or how they name in Ireland, or how they name. Irish people are from Ireland, by the way. So the Koreans or Chinese or people from Africa, especially in Ghana, or so many. And even I didn't added that one, the people from Central America, like El Salvador or Guatemala or Honduras or Mexico, their names are so long, right? And same thing in India also, the South Indians, their names are also very long. They have so much like a family's name, mother side's name, or a father side's name, and their names are like we used to talk like it's like a home address. It's not like, but I mean, just so long names, right? So let's see what the topic I'm going to decide next Saturday, but I will bring more information from you, for you, on other topics. So have a wonderful day and stay blessed. Bye, everyone.